Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol. Premanande. Jai Vishwat Paramahamsa Parvati Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 4, Text 7. Shavai Purvam Abhud Raja. Shavai Purvam Abhud Raja. Pando Dravida Sattamaha. Indradyumna iti kyato. Vishnu Vrata Parayanaha. Shavai Purvam Abhud Raja. Pando Dravida Sattamaha. Indradumna iti kyato. Vishnu Vrata Parayanaha. Shah, this elephant Gajendra. Why, indeed, Purvam, formerly, Abhut, was, Raja, a king, Pandya, of the country known as Pandya, Dravida Sattamaha, the best of those born in Dravida Das, South India, Indradumna, by the name Maharaj Indradumna, Iti, thus, Kyata, celebrated, Vishnu Vrata Parayanaha, who was a first-class Vaishnava, always engaged in the service of the Lord. Translation: This Gajendra had formerly been a Vaishnava and the king of the country known as Pandya, which is in the province of Dravida, South India. In his previous life, he was known as Indraduna Maharaj. No purport. Next verse. Sa ekadaradana kala atmavan grihita monavrata isharam harim jatadharas tapasa apluto chutam shamarchayam asha kulachala sramaha. Indraduna Maharaj retired from family life and went to the Malaya hills, where he had a small cottage for his ashram. He wore matted locks on his head and always engaged in austerities. Once, while observing a vow of silence, he was fully engaged in the worship of the Lord and observed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead. No purport. Verse 9. Yadrichaya tatra mahajasa muni shamagat gamachishya ganai parishritaha tam vikshya tushnam tushnim akritar hanadikam rahasya upur shinam rishis chakupaha. While Indraduna Maharaj was engaged in ecstatic meditation, worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the great sage Agastya Muni arrived there, surrounded by his disciples. When the Muni saw that Maharaj Indraduna was sitting in a secluded place, remained silent, and did not follow the etiquette of offering him a reception, he was very angry. Sometimes this happens to us too. So we have to stay calm, not get angry. We don't get enough respect. Next verse, no purport. Tasmadimam shapam adad asadhur ayam duratma krit buddhiradya vipravamanta vishatam tasmisram jathagaja stabda matisha eva. Translation. Agastya Muni then spoke this curse against the king. This king, Indraduna, is not at all gentle, being low and uneducated. He insulted a Brahmana. May he therefore enter the region of darkness and receive the dull, dumb body of an elephant. That's a pretty heavy curse. Who wants to curse you become an elephant? And dumb too. I think all the elephants pretty dumb. Some are very smart. Purport. An elephant is very strong. It has a very big body, and it can work very hard and eat a large quantity of food. But its intelligence is not at all commensurate with its size and strength. Thus, in spite of so much bodily strength, the elephant worked as a menial servant for a human being. Agastya Muni thought it was wise to curse the king to become an elephant, because the powerful king did not receive Agastya Muni as one is obliged to receive a Brahmana. Yet although Agastya Muni cursed Maharaj Indraduna to become an elephant, the curse was indirectly a benediction, for by undergoing one life as an elephant, Indraduna Maharaj ended the reactions for all the sins of his previous life. Immediately after the expiry of the elephant's life, he was promoted to Vaikuntha Loka to become a personal associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, in a body exactly like that of the Lord. This is called Sarupya Mukti. So one thing we have to understand, nothing happens by accident. Okay? There's always a reason for everything. That's one thing we must understand. That's why Prabhupada always used to say, be cool-headed. A lot of people also say that. Cool-headed, what it means? It means observe things, how things work out. There's always Krishna's hand behind everything, especially a devotee. We have to learn to see things that God's behind. Bhagwan ka ham, hand of the Lord behind everything, that He makes the plan. There's a saying, nothing, not even a blade of grass moves without the sanction of God. And another thing is, don't be too much passionate. Calm your mind. Every religion will teach that. Dharma means calm, shanti. Be peaceful. Everyone, somebody has to stay cool. Otherwise there's going to be fire. Husband, wife, friend, country to country. Everyone's fighting. In between sadhu comes. Calm down. Stop. The business of a sadhu is to preach Krishna consciousness so we can learn to see things through knowledge. Why we always emphasize knowledge? Because that is the key point in religious society, to see things through sastra, scriptures, shastra chakshus, eyes of the knowledge. Everyone can get angry and throw words at each other, kill each other. It is happening all the time. This is demoniac. But sadhus, wait a minute. Let's see, what is the situation? Goes to the root of the problem. The root is, there's always reason, and that reason is karma. The karma from previous life. They have a database that tells you all about you, what you did, what happened before. Isn't it? You can't just see, you're Prabhu, you're Maharaj, yeah. There's always something going on. So Krishna, He arranges things for us to be Krishna conscious. Krishna consciousness means to be wise, smart. Not smart how to be a good person in the material world, make a lot of money, be happy. Smart spiritually. Always turn to Bhagavan. No one can help us. Only Krishna can help us. We only make problems in this world. Krishna doesn't make problem. Even if you make Krishna a problem, that is eternal benediction. It's spiritual. So sometimes devotees, he take birth as an elephant. I haven't heard anyone do that, at least in our society. In the previous life, previous ages, they used to curse. That's why when the sadhu comes home, immediately, better bottle, have a seat, give them water, be nice, because they can curse you. Be careful. Give them prasadam, give them money, charity, be super nice. After they go home, then behind the door you tell each other, just be careful not to offend a Vaishnava. 10 offenses we read every morning after Mangalarati. There are 10 offenses in chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And then why I'm not getting taste for chanting? Because we are making offense to the holy name, offense to the Vaishnava. Offense to the Vaishnava automatically offending the holy name. Because Krishna doesn't tolerate offending his devotee. Because when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna is there in the name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna is non-different from his name. So when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Iwa. I didn't feel any taste for the holy name. Because I've been chanting for so many years because we're offending Vaishnava. In our movement, Hare Krishna movement, it's a very big movement. Such a ISKCON worldwide. People come and go, and say so many things. Now you have a social media, you can freely say whatever you like. But Bhagavatam warns us, be careful. Don't take it lightly. You can become an elephant. Hey, next time you go for a swim, crocodile get your leg. For 1,000 years, help me. Nobody comes, oh, Bhagavan, at last. These stories are not just written for, it's there for us to understand why these stories are there, so we can learn from the Bhagavatam, so we can improve our Krishna consciousness. Oh yeah, let's go to the mandir. No, this is the educational center. This is a center where you come to learn how to love God, how to love Krishna. Isn't it? Yeah, love, yeah, I heard that before. Nobody loved Krishna. We're just scratching each other's back to love our body. There's nothing to love in this world except Krishna. In the beginning, next minute, positive, negative. It all looks safad. It all looks really good in the beginning. But the suffering is there, watch out. Suffering is there. Even the lion in the forest, the lion, they are fearless, very strong. Everyone's scared of a lion. And once in a while they look behind. Even the lion, they know somebody may be attacking them. Come with a spear. So we're practicing Krishna consciousness. We have to be very, very careful. Are we practicing Krishna consciousness sincerely? Are we free from offenses to Vaishnava? We're always committing offenses to each other. We're saying stuff about each other. So to be very careful. How about chanting Hare Krishna? Mind your business. In Bengali we say, Nije chakai tel dao. Oil your own machine. You heard that before? Oil your own machine. Everybody has a room, they're practicing Krishna consciousness. Of course, we can check each other's how we're performing our service. But that comes gradually when we check each other's out in the association of devotees. But there's no need to, hey, you rascal. So Srila Prabhupada's mercy is so great. Previously people used to curse each other. There's no need to curse each other because we are already being cursed down in the material world. There were Jai Vijay. They were the gatekeepers in Vaikuntha. And they are cursed to come down here in the material world by the four Kumaras. Go down in the material world. Take birth as a human being. Take birth in Melbourne. Pay for the mortgage. How many years? When you turn 70, finally, you can pay off your mortgage. You only have 10 years left to live. Give it to your son and daughter. We work so hard for it. We're always cursing each other. Try to stay calm and see what is the reason behind, and then we can solve the solution. The solution to everything. There's always a solution if we want the solution. The material world is not a wonderful place. It looks very nice. It's like when a deer is born. You know deer? Very cute little animal. They're roaming around, they're jumping. Flowers, very green. The next minute tiger comes. It all looks really good here. There's always so much problems. That's why Bhagavatam warns us. Turn to Krishna. Most beautiful Krishna. Radharani, Krishna. So, sometimes when the devotees get in our case, tells us, it's a blessing. Depends how they tell you also. You rascal, I don't want to listen to you. So also we have to learn in a way how you can appreciate. Preaching is a technique. You're just a meat-eating dog. Chant, come here, sit down here, here's the beat, chant. If you don't, you'll go to hell. Now, there's a way how telling people. You see, when you go on Harinam, we see one guy standing on a table. Hey, everyone, all of you, follow Jesus. He's the only way. Otherwise, you're all going to hell. And you're never going to come back up again. Nobody's paying any attention. We're all doing Harinam, so happy. People say, oh, there comes the Harinam. There comes the Hare Krishnas. Everybody turns to us. So you have to present Krishna consciousness in a way that's palatable, that people appreciate. You see, people come to our temple here. Why? Because we are giving such nice prasadam. Devotees are so happy. We're smiling. You know, some devotees, every time you see them, hey, Haribol. It's it's stuck there. You can't take the smile off. Because when you chant Hare Krishna, when you preach Krishna consciousness, Krishna gives you the happiness from within. When someone says something to you, some devotees, you accept it. Thank you, it's your blessing. So, of course, no one here going to slap you with a stick, because that's too much mercy. We're not giving you that. First time I went to Jagannath Puri, this is Rath Yatra time, the first time I went to Jagannath Puri, and I went in the temple room, and they said, come right in front of the deity. You can come, walk right in the front of the deity in the altar. So I went in, they said, pay your obeisances, now. So I paid my obeisances. They beat me with a stick 10 times, very hard. They were whacking my back with a stick. And they said, that will be 500 rupees, that's 10 times. 100 rupee each, that's mercy. Each beating is 100 rupee. Because this is the mercy of Lord Jagannath. I said, you can just pat me on the back, that's mercy too. You don't need to beat me with the stick. There's some leela. This happened long ago. So I said, okay. So I gave him 500 rupee. I didn't want to argue in front of the deity. So sometimes the Lord gives us mercy in a different way. Next time we come to the temple, oh, no, I'm not coming to your temple. Sometimes they may call the police. So you have to see who deserves the mercy. Not you whack everybody. Somebody says, oh, thank you. Can you whack me with a stick? No. It comes. So, this elephant, we got the body of an elephant because it's a curse of this sage, of Agastya Muni. The Munis, they're very fiery, very angry. Sometimes you see he had a bad day or something, you come, okay, I'm staying away from you. So to be nice to the devotees. It doesn't cost anything to be nice to a devotee. Feed them prasadam, invite them, give them Lakshmi, whatever needs it. We can't keep forever in this world. We can't live here forever. Do what is right to make spiritual advancement. Pleasing a Vaishnava is the key to pleasing Krishna, actually. I told the story before. I had a friend in China where I lived, and he wanted to get initiated by ISKCON Guru. Okay, so I suggested to him this particular guru. He said, yeah, okay, I like him. And the next thing, I went to see him, and he said, his wife was super angry with me. Hey, you ISKCON people, my husband got a letter this size. How? Initiation, he has to do this, he has to do that. I said, Shanti, I will explain to you. So he was an elderly man, 70 years. He's not going to, he's already following all the 4 principles automatically. So I explained to him, we have in our society, the standard for initiation. Everybody has to follow it, despite your age. So I spoke to Maharaj to make some concession for this elderly man. So Maharaj told him that there's a condition. And the condition is you have to feed a Vaishnava every day. Feeding a Vaishnava every day, not easy. If you're living in China, where are you going to find a Vaishnava? It's all incognito. Nobody knows where everybody lives. So he was my friend. I said, problem is going to be solved very quickly. You feed me every day. So I was also looking for prasadam and Indian food. So Chinese food, not easy to find. And that was it. So I work all day and I go to his house I used to tell him, you have to cook this for me today. Sindhi curry, and the next day Gujarati, next day Bengali. And so if you don't know, find out how to make it. Because if you want initiation, you got to feed me. So sometimes Krishna arranges. Everybody's problem is solved by one thing. Multi-purpose. So Krishna makes it so easy for us. All you have to do is, please the Vaishnava. Pleasing Vaishnava is very easy. They say in Bengali, if you want to please a Brahmana, it's through the belly. Because they have a big belly. These brahmacharis in our temple, we don't have a big belly, we're eating a lot. Because we work hard, we're cutting it off. Isn't it? I don't eat much. So anyway, let people always remember that at the end, whatever we do, that result is very beneficial for us. You get love of Krishna. And the devotee should not be too angry. Be calm. There's a time for everything. Srila Prabhupada, he used to get very angry. So angry, you can see his eyes red. And he didn't give up on you for days. But he was teaching us a lesson. He wanted us to learn something. When Prabhupada got angry, he wanted to make a hole in the ground and put your head inside because he's so afraid, he's so fearful. But Prabhupada was very merciful because he wanted to teach us. Not like mothers. Sometimes mothers, they can, I don't know about in Australia, in India, they can slap you around like anything. Nowadays, they don't do that anymore. It's all based on love. Mera bacha hai. Like you were such a good child, you're so good. But don't be careful, don't spoil them. Cut their meal. They're hungry, don't give them prasadam. In Mayapur, in the early days in the 70s in Mayapur, if you're hungry, there's nowhere to eat. Because there's only one kitchen, and they cook exactly right amount according to how many devotees there are. There's no extra prasad. So like always starving. So that's why I have to steal. You have to steal prasadam. I was telling the devotees a story. They had I saw the pujari room open. They had the pujari room in the temple in the olden days. I thought that's a good opportunity to take the prasadam. So I went in. Before that, in Mayapur, they'd make bead bag, yochada, or whatever. So they have this, I said, they would take measurements. So I said, I want a very big bead bag. with pocket inside and outside. I said, yeah, sure. And they measurement your feet. They make kram, wooden shoes with a strap around it. Everything was paid for, like in Mayapur. So they'd make vest. In early days, if you see old photos, devotees wear a vest a lot. And I have a pocket. I said, I always want pocket inside and outside. I have a reason for that. So I saw this DD room open. I said, wow, this golden opportunity to steal. I went in there, and they have this sandesh. You know, we have sandesh here, that nobody takes a sandesh, everybody takes the brown one. I don't know why. Sandesh is just as good, but they had silver coated. That was for distribution for Prabhupada. And Prabhupada was there, already offered. I didn't know that. So I took all this, the bead bag is very big, inside the bead bag. Nobody in the world will know that it's missing. Who's going to think that you keep Prasharam in a bead bag except your beads? So I thought that's the reason I kept it, because nobody's going to check. And the word was out. There's a warrant for the thief. Nobody knew, because I already ate it. I went to the forest and had it. There's no juice in the bead bag because it's dry. And then they made quickly more sweets for Srila Prabhupada to distribute during the Guru Puja. So during the Guru Puja, he would call the Gurukul boys and he would distribute the sweets to the boys. And everyone was coming one by one, Prabhupada would give. That was my turn. Then I came and he was looking in my eyes. I knew he knew that I took the sweets. He knew for sure. So he looked at me, I looked down. I said, I should look. I still want a sweet from him, from his hand, but I didn't want to face his eyes because he's directly looking. He knew this guy stole the sweets I meant to give, my sweets. Prabhupada could have scolded me, but he didn't. He knew that in the heart I'm a good boy. I'm going to serve him later. Maybe. So I'm still here. I didn't go away. I'm still helping ISKCON in whatever way. Prabhupada knew that. So, and so many other stories. So this is the same thing here. Preaching is a technique. And Prabhupada knew how to preach Krishna consciousness in a way that's palatable, that we can accept. Touch the heart. I was a small boy and he touched my heart. I thought, oh, this Prabhupada is so merciful. I want to be with him, I want to serve him. Touch my heart. Just a little bit of that behavior. Our behavior, our Krishna consciousness, even the slightest behavior that's very acceptable, that others we can preach Krishna consciousness. Or someone maybe talk too much, and here comes, she comes, or here he comes. So some people are just like that by nature. So we have to be a little bit tolerant and be nice and kind to each other. The difficult thing is that we have anger. Anger is a very, very heavy thing. Raja, guna, passion, ignorance, lust. These things that Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, these are like demons sitting in our heart. Angry. Once you get angry, I know somebody used to, so angry that he didn't even hit them. Just that the fact that he's so angry, he'll be bleeding in his teeth. Because the blood is boiling. And the nerves, everything. He can't even hit anyone because his body is all tight. There's no control. You have to control the anger. So when you're angry, if you're relaxed, you can hit, it hurts because you're soft. But you're angry, it's all tight, you won't be able to hit anyone. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you have to control. Kama esa raja, kama esa raja esa, kama krodha raja esa. That last, anger, greed, these things you have to subdue it, you have to control it. Because these things, they're going to drag us down from our Krishna consciousness platform. Try to please Vaishnava. When we had one devotee, he made the Rath Yatra cart. What's his name? That Prabhu in America. Jayananda Prabhu. Jayananda Prabhu was a great devotee, but his job was to empty the garbage every day and go bring the vegetables from a market, give class, all the service he used to do. And wherever he went, they loved him. Oh, yeah, Jayananda is here. People loved him. In the market, people used to cry for him because he was so kind and so loving, so friendly. People want to be around him because of his Krishna consciousness. You know, they're not devotees, but they love him because of his character, because of his purity. He can touch the heart of a non-devotee. That's what we have to be, like that. That's the kindness of a devotee. They see you walk around, here he comes. You want to avoid him. When Prabhupada appeared devotee, he came. Everybody wants to be around Prabhupada because Prabhupada is so pure, so loving. He's just like Jayapataka Maharaj. He's like in that condition. But he still wants to preach. He doesn't even care what the body. His Krishna conscious platform is as absolute and as joyful. He is not even totally absorbed in Krishna consciousness. He didn't care about the situation of the body. Somebody says something, somebody looked at you in the wrong way, something or the other. So that's what it takes to be Krishna conscious, to be observed in knowledge, to be fixed in knowledge, that when things happen to us, we can be Krishna conscious under circumstances, any conditions. That's a devotee. It's not a show, not in the temple or anywhere else. Always, satatam kirtayanto mam, always chanting my glories, always bowing down before me, determined to serve me, any circumstances. So here, Gajendra was cursed to become an elephant. First of all, don't curse anyone. Okay, please. Especially to become an elephant. That was the problem those days. People knew they curse someone and they become that. So in Kali Yuga, we cannot curse anyone because there's no power. I remember when I first got second initiated, you have no idea, I was only 11 years old. How old is you? 9. At the age of 11, I was second initiated. And they said, you can use your Brahman thread to curse somebody. I said, that's fantastic. Yeah, I want to try it if it really works. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So my friend and I, we discussed, and we had a little meeting in a forest. Nobody around. I said, we don't like this devotee, let's curse him. I mean, we can find out if the mantra works, plus if the devotee gets hurt, then we know. If it works, then we'll be more serious to chant our Gayatri. But they say that you have to take the thread around your thumb. I'm not telling you how to do it, okay? Don't do it first thing. They say, don't try it at home, so don't try it. Offense. So those days, they are making the Brahman thread, you have to get it from Navadip. Very big thread. You can almost tie a cow with it. So strong. So you have to break the thread at the end of the curse. And there's no way you can break the thread because it's so heavy. There's 6 pieces. They have the 6 character or 9 characters. So 9 pieces of thread. So it's this thick. So you put it around your thumb and you curse the person and you have to break the thread. And the thread didn't break. So we cursed one devotee to get really badly hurt, like unconscious, at the end of 10 days. We couldn't break the thread. And it worked. At the end of 10 days, that devotee they attacked him and he fell unconscious, and in the water they had to pick him up. I said, mantra works. Just be careful, don't use it. He got better after, so I won't say anymore. Okay. I know it's getting recorded, But my point is, with chanting Hare Krishna, these things have a lot of potency. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It has potency. That's why we have to be careful. That's why we have to be offenseless. Because the mantra itself is full of potency. We have to chant it with purity. You're not pure, but the mantra is. The holy name is. I remember my father, he could sit in the fire. They think, this guy is blabbing on. But I saw him. I was this girl's age. He took off his clothes totally. There was hundreds of people. And he has to follow sannyas for 3 days. No eating, they carry a stick. At midnight, they made a big fire like yagya. Not the fire we make. Bigger than that, huge fire. Made from kulgach. It's a tree called kulgach. It makes, in Vrindavan they have this fruit called bear fruit. This tree, they make the best fire. Big log like this, and he sat in the middle. And they were playing drum, they're putting fire on his head, they're chanting mantra. Half an hour he's sitting there naked, and then he came out of the meditation and put the clothes on. Not one hair was burnt. I said, can you teach me? I said, no, you're too young. But now I'm chanting Hare Krishna. He can sit in the fire for half an hour, not get burned, but still he has to take birth again in the material world. But Srila Prabhupada gives the holy name, he initiated us. The mantra is even higher than that, because it can purify the soul, not only the body. You can clean your body with soap. I lived in Calcutta for 1 year. At the end of the day, you can use 1 bar of soap to clean because it's so dusty, it's so dirty. But they don't have a soap to clean the soul. That's done through the mantra. Maha mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there's a reaction for everything we do. Chant Hare Krishna, there's reaction in a good way. That reaction is purify the heart. I remember in the early days in India, I don't know about now, especially in Mayapur, electricity always goes off. They call it load shedding. You heard that before? That's why in Delhi, all the places, they have generator. The electricity shuts off. So they got this big generator. It's near between Samadhi. There's a generator they used to use. Big generator. And they turn it on. Electricity goes off, they turn it on. It's connected. So I didn't like someone. I said, I don't like you. So I stand right next to them. Electricity goes, pitch dark, instantly. And then I step on his feet, with my feet, break his toe. And then light comes, I move away. They don't know who did it. Understand? This is direct offense to a Vaishnava. So the next day, I was walking in the field, and suddenly my right toe got hit the stone, stepping stone, they call it. He so badly, he was bleeding and he broke my big toe. Then I knew this is the offense, the devotee from last night. So sometimes, instantly, you will get reactions. So to be very careful. Doesn't take much difficulty to please the devotee. Devotees are very easy to please. That's why one of the name of Shiva, Ashutosh, one who is easily pleased. Ashutosh, Shiva has a whole planet to himself. Whole planet. He's not working all day to pay off his mortgage. He owns the planet. And lives under a tree, chanting Hare Krishna, covered in ashes. He's so humble. Lord Shiva. That's why people love Lord Shiva. It's a very attractive quality to be humble. And when Lord Shiva went to the Parvati, insulted Parvati, You know the story. And Lord Shiva came, he was very angry. He was there, that story is there. And Lord Shiva threw a hair on the ground. The demon came out. So sometimes he gets angry, but for a reason. So devotees, we can get angry, but there's a reason. So in India, people always say, why Krishna, he arranged the battlefield of Kurukshetra, thousands of people died, millions, and you're talking about peace. But that's a different thing. Why don't you ask Krishna directly? All those people that died, battlefield of Kurukshetra, they all went back to Godhead. Isn't it? And Ashwatthama was, he threw a brahmastra, a weapon, at the Uttara, to kill the baby within the womb of her womb. And Lord Vishnu inside with a club was wielding around to protect the child. So they had a brahmastra, a nuclear weapon like they call it now. He threw at the womb of Uttara, and so accurate that would not hurt her but the child within the womb. They had that kind of weapon. Now throw a bomb, everything's gone. Whole building, everything, everybody's dead. Nothing grows there for thousands of years. This is modern technology. And all those people that they died in front of Krishna, they all went back to Godhead. And all those people that died in front of Krishna, they arranged the battlefield formations. Those people, they were fighting with each other because they want to. They selected a place. Dharma ketre, kuru ketre, hayayagatra, juddhakami mama putra pandava sarvatra. This is from Gitargan, Bhagavad Gita in Bengali. That they selected a place where the Kauravas and the Pandavas, they would fight. No women, no children, no old people. Away, a select place. They wanted to fight. And at night, they'd be, we are friends. Daytime, they're killing each other. That's dharma ketre. That is religious war. Not what we see today. When Vishwadev, he took a vow, I'll be brahmachari for life. You heard that? He took a vow, I'll be brahmachari for life. I'll be sannyasi for life. And the flower fell from the sky. Because he meant it. We take vows, we don't see any flowers around. Because we're just not serious. So we follow no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no sex. And then people just break one or the other in time, and they go away. We're not loyal. But if you can be Krishna conscious, if you can be loyal, you can be strict with yourself, you have the Shakti to create, to touch the heart of others. When Prabhupada, they saw Prabhupada, this man, hukum karega. You know what that means? Whatever you say, it will be truthful. When we say things, it is not truthful because we are not truthful to ourselves. If you can follow the principle strictly, the Shakti, you will get the power to whatever you say, it will become true. And whatever you do, it will be accomplished because of your strictness of the sadhana, the principles you follow. So you think, this happened, another yuga. These principles can happen right now if we follow it strictly. Yeah. So this is called, so the Gajendra elephant, he went back to Godhead. We're all being cursed to take birth in the material world. But we are so lucky. Our curse turned around in a good way. We become Krishna's devotee. भगवान का भक्ता हो गया. So we are so lucky. How many people are there right now, right at this moment? Millions of people going to work. I just came on a train. Everybody very unhappy. They have to go to work. I'm coming to the temple. I'm super happy to give this class. Every moment my mind's already here. And there's only a handful of you. You were the most fortunate to go back to Godhead. What is there to be worried about? Don't worry, be happy. And I remember in the 80s, we printed a T-shirt, and it became a really popular T-shirt. It's called "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and then we had bears that were holding the balloon. That was a popular T-shirt. I was selling 20 a day. It was $25 a shirt. I take orders, 40, 50, and like 100 T-shirts a week. I was selling. Don't worry, be happy. Because everybody wants to be happy. At least you can think about it. Even if you're not happy, you can at least meditate to be happy. So all of you, even though so few of you, but you're on the right path to go back to God. You're on the track to getting there. So our time is our time is there already. We are ready to go back to Godhead. We are already in back to Godhead. Prabhupada said Melbourne temple is no different than Vaikuntha. It is spiritual world. Isn't it? How old are you now? This girl is 12. And he plays Mridanga like someone who is like so expert. Why? Because maybe you played it before in your past life. Who knows? You are a devotee. And somebody at your age, they'll be out there doing all kinds of things, running after sense enjoyment. So all of you, kids and adults, we are so lucky to be at the shelter of Prabhupada. And there's some problems here and there. So what? Prabhupada said, when you look at the moon has spots, isn't it? But the moon is perfect. So sometimes the devotees may have some defects. It's just like the spots on the moon. Try to see good in others. Spots in the moon. Don't be in anxiety. Our anxiety should be to serve Krishna. How I can serve Krishna. How I can be good devotee of Krishna. How I can improve my love for Krishna, my sadhana, my chanting. Don't curse anyone. Don't offend a devotee. Sometimes it can be very sensitive. So to understand each other and be respectful, be nice to Vaishnava. Krishna consciousness is a very deep things, meditation. It's not like, think how I can improve my own Krishna consciousness, how I can make others Krishna conscious. By becoming myself Krishna conscious, I can teach others. Apane achar, then prachar. First you make yourself Krishna conscious and then teach others, your family, your village, your country, and expand it. The way to preach Krishna consciousness is come from your own self first. So, the sages before, they're very fiery. They used to get very angry. But they're not perfect. Perfect is the Vaishnava. Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was fasting for 1 year. How long can he fast? Anybody here? Half a day? 1 day? We can't fast more than 1 day. Nirjala, next day I was counting the time. I'm going to eat naga. Okay. Exactly. Bring me the pushadam. Ambarish Maharaj fasted for 1 year. Ekshal. We have no idea. 1 year. And at the end of 1 year, he took one sip of Charnamita. You know Charnamita? If I am breaking after 1 year, I want a full plate of prasadam, not just Charnamita. And then the Durvasa Muni was very angry. He broke a fast before his guru. He was chasing him. And he got so angry that Lord Narayan, he was there to protect his devotee. Lord Narayan sent Sudarshan Chakra. You know Sudarshan Chakra? Very powerful. And so this Durvasa Muni was running everywhere, all over the planet. And then he went to Vishnu. At last, first he went to Brahma and Shiva. They said, sorry, I can't help you. Then he went to Vishnu. He said, oh, you have to go back. I can't help you. You have to go back to him, to Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was waiting for him to come back so he can eat his lunch, so he can break his fast completely. So he stood there for 1 more year. 2 years he didn't eat. 2 years. And while he was running around throughout the universe, he came back after 1 more year. 2 years he fasted. So Vishnu was very angry. Lord Narayan was very angry because he offended. He came and jumped at his feet. Please forgive me. He said, what offense? He didn't offend me. That's what he said, Ambarish Maharaj. And we fast half a day, and we want paneer sabji, we want this, we want that. We have a big list. And then we come and check it out. Oh, he's not a good cook. I'm going home. Mommy, can you cook? We have so many agenda. You know, when I first joined, there was nothing to eat. They used to get vegetables from Navadip that was not even good condition. They used to cut and take all the cheap vegetables just to get some food for us, some prasadam. Rice, you don't even look at it, big size rice like this. Cheap rice, cheap quality. And dal, there was no dal. Here we have 5 types of dal. Mung dal, ur dal, tur dal, green, so many dal. I didn't know which one to use. They had only mung dal, and they would put less dal, more water. It's like liquid. You have to go through, find the dal in it. And then you go, oh, I want the burfi. And we have so much choice. But we take pleasure in chanting Hare Krishna, not just eating. Eating and sleeping, meeting and defending. Our pleasure should be coming from chanting japa. Isn't it? Eating is secondary. We eat so we can have energy to serve Krishna. Not what tastes good. In China, I lived in China, they say, what tastes good is not necessarily good for you. Tastes good, maybe you eat too much sweets, you get sick. So, the idea is to see what pleases Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, here, immediately after expired the elephant's life, he was promoted to Vaikuntha to become a personal associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, in a body exactly like that of the Lord. This is called Saripya Mukti. We go to Vaikuntha, everybody has 4 arms. Haribol, Haribol. Everybody has 4 arms. Imagine they're saying this with 4 arms. 1 here, 1 here. It would be fantastic. And dancing in kirtan, 2 kartals. If you didn't have many devotees didn't come, you can play kartals too yourself. 1 mridanga, 1 kartal. You get tired, you use the other one. 4 people, 4 arms, that's 2 people, right? 1 person, 4 arms, 8 person. Yeah, I want to go back to Vaikuntha. And they have the same, they still know this person is Narayan, because he also has 4 arms. Just like when you come here, we all have forearm. Then you know, this Prabhu, or we all know who is who. And this guy is the president, he's the vice president, even though they have the same form as us. So we recognize Krishna, but we know he is God, even though he has the same form as us. This is so merciful of Lord Krishna. Prabhupada said, when the king eats, the servant eats just the same as the king, all the same food as the king. So we are Krishna's servant. Oh, don't tell me you're a servant. I don't want to be anybody's servant. This is what people say. We are servant of Krishna. It's a nice thing. God's servant. Krishna himself in the Vrindavan, in the forest. What is God for him to go and herd the cows like a villager? He's Bhagavan. He's in the forest. He's roaming around in the forest, chasing the cows and playing with the cowherd boys like ordinary people. But that's where the pleasure. He doesn't like people worshipping him. He gets there all the time. So the pleasure is in serving Vaishnava. That's coming from God himself. I know that. Vaishnav Shiva, serving a Vaishnava. This is why I cook all the food. I am in the best position. I'm ready to go back to Godhead, because cooking every day for all of you. Sometimes I don't want to cook for those devotees, and I'm not in a good mood today. I'm just going to cook really simple. Never. Once you step in your service, once you step in the kitchen, I automatically feel that mood of serving. I feel really good. Everything is there. All I have to do is do service nicely. Good quality food for Krishna. And so we have the facility to serve Krishna, but we're not doing our service. Right? Just like a dog or a cat or monkey. They have 4 legs. They don't have the arms to do service, do kirtan. They can't chant japa. How lucky we are. We have Manushya Janma, the human form of life. You can sit in the Bhagavatam class and listen to the class. If you're not in the class, you can turn on the online class. It's coming through, you can listen. If you are a dog, you're driving the car, you can turn on the online class. So a human being has a priority. That priority is that we can serve God. We can progress spiritually. Not because in human life you can have a better life so you can stay here and enjoy this body. No, human life is meant to go back to Godhead. The purpose of human life, the purpose of our existence is to return to Godhead. To be with Narayan. Vaikuntha. What does Vaikuntha means? What's the Vaikuntha means? You. No, you. Yeah, anybody else? No anxiety. You have anxiety or not? Nobody here? Anybody has anxiety here? I have anxiety. Everybody have anxiety. My anxiety is that when I go to sleep, I can't fall asleep easily. I have to wake up and go to the bathroom. I wish I could just go to sleep. It's not easy. Every time I go to sleep, it's an austerity for me. I don't look forward to it. So, I have to sleep again. Oh God. I wish I didn't get tired. All day, Haribol. Full of energy. That's. As soon as I go to lie down, I think, oh God. It takes hours before I can sleep. There's anxiety. What's another anxiety? I know in Melbourne everybody's like in Vaikuntha, you don't have anxiety. As soon as you step out of the temple, you're in anxiety. My anxiety is also how I don't chant my rounds nicely, the mind comes. Who's calling me this time? Sorry. I'll take this call. Hare Bol. I'm giving Bhagavatam class now. Yeah, I'll be there, sure. Yeah, don't worry. You can count on me. Hare Bol. Sorry. Because you called me so many times, urgency. Any questions? Yes.
Thank you, Prabhupada, for giving an interesting class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So how do you preach to the people, novice, what is Krishna consciousness?
How to be peaceful?
How to preach to novice, newcomers. What is Krishna consciousness and how it purifies the soul? Thank you.
For myself, I will be quite observant about everything. And when I see somebody who is kind of eligible or friendly or someone like me, then I talk to them. If I don't talk, means bye-bye. Or I usually talk with them means appreciate. And I talk with them, I preach. So I always try to see their behavior, their character, or someone maybe they don't want to be talked or preached. They like prasadam instead. That's okay. So like if you're in the street distributing books, you have to meet many people to sell books, then you need to be very, very selective, isn't it? You don't give a book to someone who's going to rip it apart or throw it at you. So you have to be very mindful about these things. So similarly, when you're preaching Krishna consciousness, the same way, particularly in a temple environment, that starts with us. So I know this girl, this one, and this, they come to program every day, someone may not, they have duties to do. The different situations, we speak to someone accordingly. It depends what subject is. So, hi, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna, that's all right. And smile at them. So that's not much preaching, but that it is. Because if somebody walks past, some devotee walks past, you don't give them you give a dirty look, they're going to think, why he did that to me? So you're creating a situation in their mind. So if you say Hare Krishna, smile, that's preaching also, in a small way. So you have to see how to preach in a way that's palatable. They can accept it. This is called some kind of a preaching technique or psychology, isn't it? Just like you make good prasadam, oh, let's go to the Hare Krishna Mandir. Ye log bahut khana bana rahe hai. Prasadam they make. So that when they come, they appreciate, that's preaching. Instead of going to McDonald's or something, they come to the temple. So preaching in a different way. Different ways. So it's like, I go to Grihasta's house because they're very, very nice, they're friendly, they cook nice, they want kirtan. And some I don't go. So you have to see what's going to be an opportunity for us to preach. And we accept that. And we do have to be selective. Some we have to avoid. That's how it starts in spiritual life. So it's not a very difficult thing. People that walks in our temple here, they're already devotee because they like it. Otherwise they won't come in here. So all you have to do is to be nice to them, give them prasadam, talk nicely. And that starts with our own self. You Mataji, you. If we are not nice to ourselves, then we are not going to be able to touch others. So it has to be, you have to have that kind of Krishna conscious personality yourself to be able to impress others in spiritual life. ठीक है ना? Anybody else? This girl here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. Was there ever an instance where Prabhupada scolded you personally? Was there ever an instance where Prabhupada scolded you personally?
Prabhupada what?
Scolded you.
Scolded me.
Yeah, personally.
Like I was saying before, Prabhupada didn't want to scold me because I would left. Because he was always nice. Because, like I said, preaching is accordingly. So if I say, I don't like that. But if you say, oh, you're so nice, here's prasadam. But also at the same time, he's teaching me. So it's different ways. So, like that story, I took the sweets. He just looked at him like, I knew you knew. But he gave me that look. That look is good enough for me to get the point. I got the point. So sometimes, just, that's enough. Or I tell a story, quick story. This is even more. I know it's getting recorded, but somebody has to. This thing has to be told sometime. So I organized a group of boys, my age. So we're not happy with temple management, and we wanted to. We didn't care anything. We just want more prasadam. So then I organized with a group of boys. So we went to the kitchen midnight in Mayapur. This is in the 70s, way in the mid-70s, early 70s. So we broke down the door. Ek, do, tin. Ek, do, tin. 10 times the door fell off. We were young, very strong. So we went in there, and there's a big kadai. In a kadai wok, where they make sweets for the sweet shop. They have rasgulla this size, rasamalai, so many things. So we were eating it and throwing it, made a big mess. And the next day, it was reported to Jayapataka Maharaj. So he called us that he was going to punish us, pay for so there was 5 of us. So everyone was going there one by one, and they're hitting them with a stick. They had a big stick, not a bamboo stick, a cane. Cane is more strong, it's very thin, and it really hurt on the skin. And one by one they were coming out, and they had marks and bleeding and stuff. They deserve it. So I was going to be the last one. So I was thinking to myself, if they do that to me, I will going to do worse next time. So I guess Jayapataka Maharaj, he knew these guys could be rebellion. So I went in. It was Jayapataka Maharaj and Nitai Chand, temple president. Pretty nastily, very nice man. So Jayapataka Maharaj took the stick and hit the wall. Chop! And you can hear from outside. And Maharaj was imitating my voice. Ah! And he hit about 5 times. Chop! Ah! Chop! And then he didn't hit me. I was thinking, what's going on? So Maharaj knew exactly what I was thinking. Because he knew that if Maharaj beat me with the cane, then I'm going to burn down the building, maybe. He'll do it even worse. So then I came out of the room, and everybody's thinking, wow, they really hit you. I said, oh yeah, really badly. Worse than you guys. I had my hand in my pocket, so they don't see it. I said, oh, it's so bad I can't show you. So that was Jayapataka Maharaj. He's really smart. He was really smart. So he knew the technique of preaching. So sometimes it's not always, and he walk away like, and then, don't see you for ages. It doesn't always work. Sometimes you need patting, good talk, good advice, See, Bhagavatam is like that. Bhagavatam never said, oh, they beat you with a stick. He said, you become an elephant, but he got the mercy. He met Lord Narayan. So, you understand my point?
Thank you.
So, you can see how you can preach Krishna consciousness. It's a technique.
Thank you.
Answers your question?
Yeah, thank
With
you.
a story. Answer the question with a story or an example. Another question? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, I had a question. Like, sometimes we use our sense gratification in Krishna consciousness. Like, say we like painting a lot, then we paint Lord Krishna. But that's to our liking and also for Lord Krishna. So, like, how does it count?
You can use your talent to serve Krishna. There's so much service in our movement. If you're an artist, that's just fantastic. Like, I'm not an artist, I can do Jagannath only. Big round shape, put eyes there, that's easy. But if you have the talent to be an artist, you can paint so many pictures of Krishna. So, it automatically pleases us because it pleases Krishna. Just like I go in the kitchen and I cook all this food. I love it because I know this will please Krishna, I'm cooking for Krishna. And this will please the devotees. That pleases me. So it's not sense enjoyment, it's spiritual. But when you think, I'm going to cook this and it tastes good and I'm going to eat it a little bit. No. You're thinking, I want to make it so good. I even visualize the food, how it's going to look like. Because I saw somewhere in the restaurant or somebody's house, it's going to look like that. And that's going to be offered to Krishna. So our pleasure is serving Krishna. It has to be. It's not dry. Krishna consciousness, susukam kartamabhayam. It is blissful. If it's dry, we're not going to chant Hare Krishna. It's blissful from the moment you chant. You can feel it. So our sense enjoyment is automatically, we're not looking for enjoy our senses, but the senses become pleased by serving Krishna without you knowing it. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, look at them. They're laughing at us chanting Hare, but they feel pleasure because they're chanting Hare Krishna, even jokingly. Suddenly they can't stop laughing. They don't get that kind of laugh from drinking wine or no, that happiness is spiritual. Understand? So you can have that desire to enjoy, but serving Krishna, that enjoyment, spiritual enjoyment. Otherwise it's dry. Who wants to chant Hare Krishna? You're going to be like, Hare Krishna, Hare. You're not going to get anything out of it. But you chant Hare Krishna because it's so blissful. The juice of the holy name is there in the name. Anybody else? One more questions? You. In early days, I grew up in ISKCON, in a Gurukul. We had to, if the adult didn't ask questions, the kids have to. It's part of our learning school curriculum that we had to ask a question in regard to the class. So we had our pen and paper. He asked a question. We had to tax our brain. If we didn't ask a question, we didn't get marks in the temple. We all sit in a row, in a group of boys, like the man, like that. Not sitting like we have to be sitting back straight, listening, writing pen and paper. If the adults didn't ask, the boys had to ask a question. Otherwise, we observe silence. I did a yoga course in Rishikesh. And they have a big writing on the wall. Big writing there. Observe silence while eating. Here, all the talking starts when eating. Talking, meeting, doing eating. So you can observe in Krishna consciousness, you can become more serious in Krishna consciousness. It's very important to be serious time to time. There's time for everything. I remember first time I met Giriraj Maharaj, first time. They used to invite sannyasis to the Gurukul to give us talk to the boys. I was very impressed by Giriraj Maharaj because he was always very sober, very serious, the way he walked, before he talked, everything was very thoughtful. I was I was attracted to him because I was the opposite. Like, so I wanted to be like him. So I said, today I'm very serious. Like, next day, it's not in your nature to be what you are. So you have to use your talent. But the Maharaj is so amazing. So, as I said here, if you talk too much, you end up cursing someone, you get angry. So control yourself, right from the beginning. Check yourself, so you don't overdo things. It's, khana leke itna. They give you a big plate of prasadam, I have to eat it all. You don't have to. Just eat a little bit. They say, I ate so much, I feel sick. Because you indulge yourself too much. So you have to say no to yourself right in the beginning. Otherwise it's too late. Why do we curse people? Why do we get angry? Why do we do things inappropriately? Because we don't use our head. We don't think. We don't use our intelligence. We don't use sastra. Too late. So you have to check yourself before you even speak. Think. Be cool-headed. Cool-headed means be well-versed in the Shastra, knowledge. Then, everything we do, it will going to become good. For the pleasure of Prabhupada, for the pleasure of Krishna. We need to behave ourselves. Whatever we do, Acharya, Krishna says, a great man, whatever he does, common man will follow. So if we do things that are inappropriate, it's not preaching, it's not pleasing Krishna. Why should we do that? Yeah. You want to ask something?
Think before you ink.
Think before what?
Think before you ink.
Ink. Oh yeah. Nobody uses any more ink. They're using all computers now. But yeah, good point. You have one more question?
It's kind of not related to the topic, Prabhuji, but like...
I can't hear you, I need to speak loudly.
It's kind of not related to the topic, but like in the previous ages, people were more knowledgeable, so they were, so why were they getting cursed? Like, isn't this age
Good
supposed
question.
to be more cursed?
See? When you think, then the question comes. The people before, that's the thing, they were very advanced, but like I said, they used to also get very angry. And when you are very advanced, when you have a lot of money, you get very puffed up. You get angry easily. So they are very advanced. But someone who, advancement is according to how knowledgeable you are. A sadhu's definition of a sadhu is one who has control of his senses. Swami. Go means senses. Master of the senses. Swami. So someone who is very advanced, they were in Satya Yuga, but they didn't have, the anger is the same as now. But they were, it's just like sometime you are controlling your senses, brahmachari, like, they can get very easily angry because they have a lot of tej. You know, tej, like they have a lot of, need to let it out sometime. So the way to curb our desire, the way to control ourselves is by developing taste for chanting Hare Krishna. So Satyadiga, they're advanced materially, like they have, they can fly, they can use the body to fly through mantra, but they had no sense, they didn't have control over anger. We see the Varsha Muni. Where you live in Kali Yuga, you chant Hare Krishna, be a peaceful sadhu, you control over yourself. It's the same. So they are advanced in a different way. They advance in the sense that they're very pure and everything, but anger is Satya Yuga or Kali Yuga, it's the same. Anger is anger. Yeah. So you have to be Krishna conscious. At that time, you have to be Krishna conscious now. The practice is the same for Satya Yuga or Kali Yuga when it comes to anger. Well, Satya Yuga is easier because there was less problems. So when there's more problem, that those problems acts an impetus for us to control ourselves. Understand? If everything is so nice, you don't think of making advancement. But when there's so much problem, you want to turn to Krishna. You want to be good, because there's so much problem around. That's one way of seeing it. Another way of seeing it. So Satya Yuga, everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. But they still had lust. They still run after women in a different way. They still run after enjoyment. The sense control is not there. There was a rishi. He used to meditate under the water. 10,000 years under the water. You close your nose for 1 minute, cannot. I can do a minute and a half, because I do yoga. After a minute and a half, I have to let it go. 10,000 years under the water. Anyone can? Only fish can live. And he saw 2 fish was mating. And then he came back up and had a family. I'm just talking about something. So my point is, there's Satya Yuga. There's Satya Yuga and people had no control. That wasn't Satya Yuga. So the advancement is different. So we have more facility to serve Krishna because we live short life, plus we can easily control ourselves because the problem is much wider. When we see a lot of problems, we can easily control. Because we see others are suffering, we can control ourselves. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna.